Number 35 in the Imprint range is Let It Ride. Now this was the movie that really put Imprint on my radar. This was one of my favourite movies. I discovered it in the very early 90s on TV, and I just fell instantly in love with the movie. It was one of those ones that I knew may not be the best movie ever. It may not tickle everybody's funny bone, but for some reason this was perfect for me.
Sometimes you can be walking around lucky and not know it.
And going back to it after a good number of years since I've last seen it, it was a movie that I was very familiar with. I was wondering how it would hold up. And again, sitting down and watching a movie and realising that it's still as great as you once thought, and it just tickled everything. I just fell in love with Let It Ride all over again, which is just a remarkable movie. Now it stars Richard Dreyfuss as Trotter, a kind of down in his luck taxi driver whom marriage has been breaking down. He's married to Terry Garr, and they decide to have a second chance. They're having dinner at a restaurant. They have kind of rules for each other of things that they won't do that ultimately cause arguments and tension in the relationship. Life's little rules for them, of which they're going to break every one of them throughout the rest of the movie. And Trotter's main one is that he's going to give up gambling. And when his taxi driver cohort Looney, who likes to record people in the back of his cab, catches somebody giving out a tip on a horse, Trotter feels that he has to go to the racetrack and lay a bet on this. And it's one of these fantastical wish fulfillment movies where everything that could possibly go right for a character goes right on this individual day. Everything about his life is going to turn around thanks to the wonderful events of this time. He is going to shed the confines of his own old life and move forward into a wonderful new existence over the course of one afternoon at the racetrack.
Because the only reason I won is that you didn't bet. You are the unluckiest person in the world. Am not am.
And we follow Looney and Trotter as they meet all their friends at the bar, as they go to the racetrack, as they bet on horses, as they see how some people have been worn down by this life of gambling. And it just becomes this wonderful adventure of a man who seemingly cannot lose at the track and decides to let it ride each time, putting the money back onto another horse.
3 to win. Let it ride.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? I mean, of sound mind and all that?
And it's so wonderfully portrayed by Dreyfuss, who gives a really comedic performance here, physical as well as delivery of lines. As he starts to win, you kind of see the whole body language change. It becomes more funny. It becomes more impactful. You're with him in the journey. At no point do you feel like this isn't a guy you don't want to win. You're with him his entire journey, hoping that he's going to succeed, much like all the characters are at the end of the movie. One of the things that really livens this film up is the host of character actors and co-stars that just have these great characters that just bring the movie to life, whether it be the bartender, the people within the bar, the people at the racetrack, the new people he meets. They're all individual characters that are noticeable, that are larger than life, that enrich the film without detracting from our main character.
You're my king.
Hell.
You'll be back. Not me, pal. I've seen the light.
Whether it be the changing bank teller, whether it be the changing teller played by Robbie Coltrane, who at first seems to have a lot of disdain for Trotter and then grows to love him by the end of the movie. All the characters are wonderfully stated. They are wonderfully performed, and you get a movie that is just a smile-inducing, enjoyable ride of a film. Let It Ride is hilarious. It has a wealth of characters that are individually funny. It adds a lot to it. It has an impactful moment of a man realising everything that he wants in life and achieving it within the course of one afternoon, to ultimately ride off into the sunset knowing that he's going to have a wonderful remaining of his life with his wife.
Let me get this straight. Whatever I do, don't bet this horse.
just gives you an idea of that wish fulfillment. You know, we all have those moments going, if only this would happen, my whole life would change, and now we get to see it. It happened to someone on film, and because of the performances, because of the way the story's told, because of the editing and music, it all comes together in a wonderful fashion, creating an absolutely wonderful movie. Let It Ride for me was an absolute joy to go back to. An absolute joy. I utterly love this movie. If you can find it, absolutely check it out. Now, it's not one that's got a great score on Letterboxd, averaging about 3.2, I think, but for me it's a 5 out of 5. It's one that I can put on and get utterly lost in. One of those favourite movies that not everybody can buy into as much as I do, but for my sensibilities, ticks all the boxes. I'd love to know your thoughts on Let It Ride if you've seen it. Now, if you don't like it, that's fine. This is a movie that just, my personality, my traits, had made an indelible mark on me. If you don't like it, let everybody know in the comment box why. It's always good to have an alternative position. If you do like it, of course, let me know as well. I would love to know your thoughts on Let It Ride. As always, there's more content here if you want to see more of my videos, and if you click that like button, we're going to let it ride. See if you can get that like button to gamble on more likes the next time, and then more likes, then maybe one of these days YouTube will notice me and give my channel a little push. And if you want to support me on the membership program or the Patreon program, that would be amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.